Right, Mark, which team do you support and why?
And when I was a kid growing up, I was a big West Bromwich Albion fan. My granddad, my dad lived not far from there, and we used to go down the Hawthorns quite regularly. My dad, in his younger days, even worked on the turnstiles there, and I used to go in with him early. Players like Brian Robson, who was my hero, Cyril Regis, Laurie Cunningham, Derek Statham, who I was that, and then after that, they were a good club. They were competing at the top of League Division 1 as it was then, and they were a really good side to watch. Attractive. The Hawthorns was a good place to go and watch football.
Yeah. Right, Trev, which team do you support and why?
A team I always supported as a boy was Glasgow Rangers. Just sort of, if you live back in Northern Ireland, see the Rangers or Celtic, sort of, unfortunately it's sort of in with religion, so that's sort of what I was. My dad was a Rangers fan, like, growing up, so it sort of bled into it.
And what's it like watching them having to start back at the bottom and climb up through the divisions?
Yeah, it's not ideal at the minute. I was at the last Old Firm game, before we got liquidated, and it was a bit of a party for the Celtic fans. I think they treated it as a funeral, because it was our last game, so it wasn't great. But things still aren't great at the minute. But we've got promoted every year, so just hopefully get back in there. Obviously a big cup game coming up with Celtic, so it's what everyone's been looking forward to.
Yeah.
What team? I'm a Manchester City fan. Why are you a City fan? I've grew up near City. I've always gone since a young age. Been a big blue.
Have you seen many games recently?
The last game I went to was a derby.
Fantastic.
Yeah. We were the last one I went to last season. We got beat 4-3, unfortunately.
Right, Matt, which team do you support and why?
I'm a big Celtic fan, probably because I was brought up in Scotland when my old man was playing there, and it's the biggest club in Scotland. There's a few people that will probably argue with that, especially Trev, but no, it's just being at Celtic Park is one of the best atmospheres in the world, and there's almost an aura about being there, and there's some legends that played for them like Henrik Larsson, Chris Sutton. And they're just a great team, mate. Great team.
What's it like with the two goalkeepers here, one Celtic, one Rangers? Do you still get on well?
Yeah, we get on well. It doesn't matter between us. It's just football, really, at the end of the day, and it's good banter. It's good banter, and I think we're playing them next January, so hopefully I'll beat them and give them a bit of stick when we're back in training.
I support Manchester United, and because my family have, so from a young age, I just automatically supported them.
Been to watch them play much?
Only a couple of times.
So you could be described as a glory hunter, but who's your favourite United player?
What now?
Yeah.
Rooney.
I support Liverpool, and because being brought up a red, my dad was, and that's how he brought me up. Yeah.
Can you just tell us a bit about, is it a family thing up there? How do you decide whether you're going to be Liverpool or Everton? Is it your parents or?
I think so. Yeah, I think it's a family thing. My dad was a Red, so obviously I had to be. I had no choice, so that's why I am. Yeah.
Yeah, and is it a friendly? You think it's a more friendly rivalry than some City rivalries, isn't it? Liverpool, Everton.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think it's not. You see people go on a match together in red and blue, and I don't think it's as bad as everyone thinks, really.
Yeah. Man United, because from an early age, my dad took me to a few games, so just took it from there, really.
Is there much of a rivalry in the squad between Man City? Because Jason Taylor's a Man City fan, Man United fans.
No, not really. No banter as of yet, but I'm sure over the coming season, maybe.
Right, Amari, which team do you support and why?
Tottenham Hotspur, and why? I don't know. Grew up in Birmingham, but I don't know. I was always up London with my family, and there's a team that I liked. At the time, growing up, idols were like Jermaine Defoe, Aaron Lennon. So I don't know. Always supported Tottenham Hotspurs.
Seen them play much?
Yeah, I've seen them play a few times. Every time they come down to Birmingham against Villa, West Brom, I always go and watch them as many times as I can.
Yeah. Cheers, Mike.
Thanks.
Thanks a lot. Right, John, which team do you support and why?
Never really supported a team, but growing up I used to visit all the South London teams, really, Millwall, particular Palace and Cheltenham, so they're all around there, but been to a few games around there, but that's it. And a couple of England games as well when I was a bit younger as well. So that's the teams I support.
Manchester United, because I had no choice. Mum's a big United fan, season ticket holder. She goes week in, week out, and she brought me up that way.
So you've been to see him play?
Yeah,
quite a lot.
Yeah, regularly. Obviously, when I was back up north, I used to go all the time. But obviously, when you start playing football, you start to miss a few Saturday games. So, but still get up every now and then.
Which team do you support and why?
Man United, and the reason why, my dad was a big fan. Grew up on stories of the Busby Babes, so I never really had a choice of supporting anyone else.
Favourite player over the years?
There've been a few, but obviously being in the same position, I'd probably say Nemanja Vidic, someone like that, or Roy Keane or Paul Scholes, someone who can obviously pull the strings in midfield. So
I support Manchester United because I live nowhere near Manchester.
There's quite a big bunch of Man United fans in the squad, isn't there? Why?
I don't know. No.
Have you always supported them?
No, what it was, I was born in Bournemouth and I couldn't really support them because they were crap. So I followed Man United. Plus, my uncle's at Man City and everyone in the family supports Man City, so I thought I'd be a rebel.
Yeah. And what about your dad? Because he was a pro. Who does he support?
He supports Man United as well because he played against them once. I don't know if you know about that.
I remember that. Yeah, George Best.
All right, don't rub it in, John.
Does he talk about that much now, or does he not? Does he want to forget about it?
Would you?
But he obviously taught you well as a goalkeeper.
What are you trying to say? Gosh, nothing but a stick here, is there? Yeah, he talked about the game, like he obviously enjoyed it. It's all about ups and downs, isn't it? Hills and swings and roundabouts. Yeah.
My lad's a Liverpool fan. Max is a Liverpool fan, so I always have a look for them with him. But I'm at Cheltenham, and bottom line is I only care about the result that we get on a Saturday afternoon and a Tuesday night. So when you're involved in the game, supporting a team's probably not quite on your list of priorities.